Greetings everyone and welcome to my final Wilds of Eldraine draft now on the channel, and also at the end of this draft I will be opening all my Wilds of Eldraine packs. There are almost 300 of them and I should be able to complete the set and also the Enchanted Tales sheet of cards. So that will be happening after the final match. Now, this pack has two nice uncommons. I wouldn't mind first picking either of these, and the best common in the set is Candy Grapple, also present in here. My previous draft I started with a Candy Grapple. Maybe I should do something different now. Problem is this is such a splashable nice card that it's very hard to not pick it. It's cheap, splashable, very powerful. Agatha's Champion is very good, Heart Elemental is very good, but these are also expensive cards. So I'm actually taking the Candy Grapple because I do want to try to finish with 3-0, because my previous drafts haven't been 3-0 drafts, and this is, I think, the best card for trying to finish with 3-0 result. And this is a very strong pack. I mean, there is another Candy Grapple, there's another Heart Elemental, also a Cut In, another great red card, and a Hatching Plans, which, you know, works very well with the Candy Grapple. But my previous draft was blue-black. There's also the Obira, of course, but or did I already mention it? My previous draft was blue-black, so maybe the Hatching Plans is the more powerful pick, but this is the most flexible pick, and starting with two Candy Grapples can't go that wrong. So I'm not taking the Hatching Plans, I'll just take the other Candy Grapple, and by now I'm already sure that if I'm not gonna play black as my main color, I'm definitely playing it as a splash color, because these are very easy to splash and they are good at any stage of the game. If you can't cast it on turn 2, maybe you find your splash color on turn 6, and this will be still great on turn 6. Now here I'll just keep picking black cards, because of course I would prefer to be black as a main color, and the Lord Skitter's Butcher is definitely a good card, and none of the others are really that amazing. The Farsight Ritual is not even that amazing. So this was a very good start to this draft for sure. This is going to be the first pack from which I'm not taking a black card. Now, Sweet Tooth, which is still good, but it's not as good as, you know, Hamlet Glutton, which will be my pick in here. There are some blue options in here, but Hamlet Glutton is very, very good, and I'm taking it here. Here, well, there are multiple options for sure. Now, I don't think I'm taking the green or the black card here. There's another green, but this is also not so great. So it's more like a question of, am I going to take a Hopeful Vigil or the Grand Ball Quest? There is also Stockpiling Celebrant. If I could take both the Vigil and the Celebrant, that would be pretty nice. But the thing is that the Hopeful Vigil is actually offering bargain for this thing nicely. And I maybe slightly like it more based on what I have picked so far. So I'm taking the Vigil here, but I'm in no way I'm locked into anything specific other than I will have these Candy Grapbles in my final deck no matter what. Another Farsight Ritual, but like I said, it's not that amazing. There's a Ferocious Werefox. It does, you know, give you a roll token for the Hamlet Glutton, and so does this, but this is a slightly more unreliable one. The Wicked Visitor is a 2-drop, but a quite weak one at that. I'll take the Werefox now. There's nothing, you know, in white that makes me interested in continuing with the Hopeful Vigil route. So let's try to have the black-green deck here. And with a Fairy Dream Thief, that's quite nice. I actually would play the Return from the Wilds here too. It's good with the Hamlet Glutton. There's also Kellan's Light Blades for if I wanted to, you know, somehow force the white, but there's no reason to take anything else than the Dream Thief, which is always a pretty good card. Here, you know what, I'm actually gonna try to make sure I finish the Enchanted Tales list of cards, and the other Conceited Witch is okay, but it's nothing like super important. I will take my fourth one of these, so I have a higher likelihood to actually finish the enchanted whatever it is, enchanted tales. What is the enchantment sheet is called that, I think. So yeah. Here I'll just take the 20 gems. I'm not interested in any of those. I don't think I'm gonna take the Coral Smith and move to blue here. So, I mean, I could have done that because there's an Abira here suddenly. There is also a territorial Witch Stalker. I mean, the best card in here is the Abira. I have two black, enough black to definitely be black. Okay, I'm taking this, but I maybe don't want to repeat my previous deck, but I might have to. Scarecrow Guide, Abira's Attendants. I don't think the guide is that great. I'll take the Attendants, but kind of wanted to avoid being blue-black again, but what can I do when I see this kind of stuff here? The spell stutter is good in blue-black. Okay, there's the Auf versus Sprite. Fine, let's take the Sprite. I mean, is this going to be a blue-black deck? Not necessarily. That is a Graph Triplets. I mean, that card is just bonkers. I have these two green cards. That's probably enough to force green here in pack 2. Hopefully green is open in pack 2. You know, if I was blue-black, feed the Cauldron back for seconds would be options. I'm taking the triplets. It's so good, and I have the Hamlet Glutton, which is amazing, and the Werefox, which is okay. So let's take the triplets and hope that green is very open in pack 2. Cut the blue now. I really didn't want to be another blue-black deck after the previous draft, which also was blue-black. Alright, Hyphen Negotiator is very good. I do need to find some sacrifice fodder, but it shouldn't be too difficult. This is really good. Yeah, I do like the royal treatment a lot as well, but I'm taking the Negotiator here. Now I just want that. I get the sacrifice for that. You could play even something like a ground seal for that. Enchantment that ETB draws you card, then you can sack it for bargain. But I think here I'll just take the Galefang. Now there's also the Feed the Cauldron though. It does give me sacrifice fodder. Okay, fine. I actually like the Galefang quite a lot, but because I do want to have a sacrifice fodder, I will take the Feed the Cauldron, which is totally fine. Card to run after all. Another Negotiator, okay. That starts to be maybe a little bit too much high end. Because I have no ramp at all. Brave the Wilds will be okay. This does give me bargain fodder, but you know, I'm taking this and let's try to find some ramp, shall we? There is no ramp. There's another Nemo, by the way. Alright, feed the Cauldron it is. A little bit of removal in the early game and big creatures in the late game. I guess that can work. But I don't have any. I really need something for the early game. Oh, Spider Food is a sideboard card. I'll take that sideboard card. Waste not. Okay, Minstrosity Code. A 2-drop that also functions as a bargain enabler. Yep, it's easy pick here. So green actually wasn't that open, or maybe it was, but the quality was quite bad for the green cards. But here I'm just taking the Witch Stalker. It's actually going to be fine here. It's better blocker than the Scarecrow Guide. Now this helps with the triple caster, but and also can be bargained. But I think that 2-3 is what I'm more interested in. I have a strong late game here. I need to survive, and the 2-3 blocker is good for survival, and then this can, you know, start attacking at some point as well. Alright, back for seconds isn't for this deck now because I have actually nothing really to return. I'll take the Werefox, which also enables the Witch Stalkers to attack. So now if the rest of the cards I can pick are you know, maybe more removal that is cheap, and just cheap creatures that cost 2 or 3 mana, I would be happy. Let's see if that can actually happen. Brave the Wilds. I don't care about Tempest Heart. I will take the Brave the Wilds. I might need it for the fixing of the double black or the triple green especially. I'm not that interested in turning my lands into creatures, but it's gonna be my... It could be my land number 17, or it can be just my, you know, I can play 17 lands and they Brave the Wilds. I would rather actually have the ramp spell, you know, the thing that the 3 mana sorcery that ramps and then you can pick food or token, a 1/1 token. Here I won't be taking another Brave the Wilds. I'll take the Crown Seal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna main deck it, but, or I mean play it at all, but we'll see. Yeah, I need more early drops. Come on, Stab Wound, Feed the Cauldron number 3. Yeah, well, I'm taking the Feed the Cauldron. It does. Actually, I don't have that many bargain effects, but it's actually really good to have the bargain up for the negotiators and the Hamlet Glutton. So there's a big impact. I mean, if whether you have the bargain or not available. So I'm gonna take that spell that allows me to more reliably bargain away. But I do need, and I like this more than the Stab Wound now, especially in this deck. But now let's just get something cheap. There's a Battle Nord and it is cheap. I can take a 1/3 blocker. Also, these things are, you know, fairies, so I can even give this some lifelink action. Yeah, 2-drop is going to be preferred over non-2-drops in here for sure, because this mana curve is still a little bit suboptimal. Well, there's some good stuff for the blue-black deck I could have drafted, you know, getting the fairy rare here and then maybe getting this still back or the bitter chill. But anyway, there's for my deck a very good card, Utopia Sprawl. That is exactly the kind of card I was hoping to get. Okay, another Battle Nodi and another... yeah, I think if I went for the blue-black route and I never opened the Graph Triplets in Pack 2, this blue-black deck I would have gotten, it would have been really good. Sleep Cursed Fairy, Twining Twins, double Candy Crabble. Well, I guess I would have to pass the Battle Nodi here in that case, but anyhow, I'm happy to have it for my Graph Triplets deck too. That's now... Oh, there's also Fairy Dream Thief. So this deck has a total of 5 fairies. So these naughty things, they can somewhat reliably even have lifelink. Now there is another fairy for the lifelinkers, but I'm not sure if I want to play a 4 mana 2/3 in this deck. There's the Witch Stalker and there's the Conceited Witch I could consider. I actually do take the Witch now. It's another way to give me some bargain fodder, and I don't have that many 3-drops here in general. And it's very nice to give a roll token to a Battle Nord. So that's many reasons to take the Witch in there. Here I can take a Scream Puff or Territorial Witch Stalker, or even the Sky Beast Tracker, which actually wouldn't be that bad in here. With the number of 5-drops I have, and a 6-drop and a Glutton, I might even take the Tracker rather than another 5-drop. Let's have the defensive card in here, but not the Witch Stalker. Alright, I'm maybe taking a Candy Trail or 1, 2, 3. There are 4 2-drop creatures and 1 1-drop, so I guess I kinda could play the Genealogist here. It wouldn't be the worst, but I think I like here the Candy Trail just to dig into my triples. That is such a good card that you really want to draw it in as many games as possible, and this of course with the Scry and Draw lets you dig 3 cards deep. Here I wouldn't mind the Scavenger, but of course the pick has to be the Fawn. It is the 2-drop I absolutely want. I would pick it over the Battle Nordi. Alright, another spider food for the sideboard for the rare case that I want to sideboard two of those things in. The only card I can consider playing is the Fell Horseman. Yep. Oh, the Obira number 2 came back to... I take it just to, you know, for fun. I'm not gonna play two of those bestial bloodlines. Don't think I'm gonna play two Brave the Wilds either, but let's pick it regardless. And this is my last draft pick in this format. Unless in sometime in the future I will play this format again. Alright, this is the deck. My face is blocking the Werewolf's different art, so I do have both of them in my deck here. And then the other Obiras. And the things I could consider still putting to the deck that are my colors. Well, let's just do like this. Colorless black and green. I'm not gonna main deck the Spider Foods, I'm not gonna main deck the blue cards, not gonna main deck the Bestial Bloodline or the Oppression or the Echo Drain. Funnily though, I have, you know, the 5 copies of Fairy, so this, well, it's not good for 5. No, you would need to have like, I don't know, 8 cheap Fairies maybe to make this card worth considering. So anyway, this sideboard doesn't have anything I need to add to my deck, so all I need to do here now is to cut some cards. One Brave the Wilds will be cut. The Crown Seal can be cut now too. The Titanic Crowd is a little bit maybe unnecessary somehow. How about the Fell Horseman? Bringing back any of these high value creatures is very strong, but do I have time for that in my games? And I need to figure out the number of lands, because in addition to the lands I will be playing, I am going to have a Root Rider Fawn and a Utopia Sprawl, maybe the Brave the Wilds and a Candy Trail. That is like 4 cards that make it easier to hit. I mean, to get more mana, because the Candy Trail I usually count it like almost as a land, because the Scry 2 and then the draw is quite likely to find you a land. So how about if I do cut the Brave the Wilds? Now, what I do like about it is that it is a way to fix my, I might need double black for this thing, or triple green for the craft triplets, so it does function as that. So this could be maybe my it could be my 70th land, so that I play 16 non-lands in the deck. It's possible, but I would need to cut still one other card, and I don't think I'm going to cut the Candy Trail. So from the main deck I could consider cutting the Sky Beast Tracker or the Titanic Growth. 16 creatures. The Tracker is very bad offensively, but I have some offense in the, here are 4 cards that work well in offense. The Battle Notice are flyers, they work reasonably well in offense. And it's a really good blocker and might get me some food, although there's not that many ways to get food. Basically these 4 spells. There's also the Witch Stalker, but given that I have still a fairly low amount of early drops, I think I'm going to play the Witch Stalker. Okay, I'm going to cut the Tracker from the main deck. Let's leave the Titanic Growth as a trick of some kind. Let's play 16 lands and the Brave the Wilds and the Utopia Sprawl, which are lands kind of. So this is the deck. I didn't find any Evolving Wilds, so yep, only basics, and it's gonna be easily 10 forests and 6 swamps, because the triple green just requires a lot of forests, and I still have both the Utopia Sprawl and the Brave the Wilds, which can function as black mana. Because assuming if I have one of these in my hand, I probably have to have forest too, with 10 forests. So I can always count that these are my black sources number 7 and 8. Now with 8 you might not always get the negotiator. I could have with 5 lands I could have 4 forests and 1 swamp only. But there's still the Root Fawn, which can wash mana, make basically green mana into white mana in this deck, and the Candy Trail that can be used to help find the kind of card I need to draw. So this is the deck 10-6 because of the Groove triplets. Normally I would maybe play if I had, let's say if this was a Hamlet Glutton, it would be 9-7 in that case. But with the triple green it's gonna be 10-6. That is the main deck. Alright, that's a good hand. Actually every spell I have here is castable with the lands I have. On this. Okay, the phone isn't actually gonna ramp unless I do draw a land on the next turn, so I'm gonna start with the Minstrosity and maybe try to deal some early damage. 3 power versus 1 power might be worth it. If I had a third land in my hand, I would have played the phone because I could have double spelled with it, but now, especially when the opponent did stuff like that, it's definitely great idea to have this 3-1 here. Here I'm gonna play the phone because I want to play the Nordi and have the option to play one of these. Also, although I can't actually double play both black spells with this setup. While this can make a black mana, it will cost an extra. Gingerbread Hunter in there, okay. Well, as long as I get my triplets, and I'm quite close to getting it. And I already got the, the bargain. That's why I like the Minstrosity. I have the bargain for there now. Because of the Minstrosity here. This is already 4 colors, by the way. Oh. This is not going to attack unless I, use like Titanic Growth I could use Titanic Growth pre-combat to enable this to attack. It would be 5+, it would be 8 damage total, but it's way too risky. It doesn't really help me too much here. I need 2 more lands to get the triples, and of course if the phone dies then I need 3. So they looted a forest away, now they still have mana. Okay, they are gonna make that thing into a... Oh, so are they actually going to attack with the mountain? Because I'm going to double block it for sure. Oh, look at this sweet little thing. Now they're not gonna have the land there. Okay. That was very nice. Very nice. I got to basically stone rain them. I still have the candy grapple. Okay, well that is annoying. Well, I have 2 spider foods in my sideboard. Well, it's a shame that I actually don't draw the lands. The Feed the Cauldron here, number 2 might be a little bit unnecessary here. I'm almost tempted to do the Titanic Growth here on the Battle Node to attack for 8, making them go to 7, but I think it's just not worth it. What I'd rather do is I just attack for actually 2. I know that now I can't use the Candy Grapple on their turn, and yes, I could have used this mana to pump it, but it doesn't matter if I have 1 mana up here or not. Because they're gonna play that, and now if I draw something I want to cast, I might, let's say a 4-drop. It can be a little bit awkward. And I in fact don't have the second black, so that I can't double spell these black spells here. Unfortunate. Having the triples, which wasn't even in my opening hand, I drew this, and then I don't get the more mana. They are tapped out almost. Yeah, no, they don't have a treasure here, so I think it's better to just kill this guy now. I mean, but they do have access to this 3 life now. They have all these cards, and they also have these, but it's quite expensive to animate. And I will have 2 flyers, you know. They're gonna keep tapping one of them. Oh, okay, they are basically 5 colors because they already also have a mountain in the deck. Yep. So this is the 5 color soup that is totally a reasonable deck to have in this format. But can I have now 10 spells and 3 lands drawn with the Groove triples in my hand? It is slightly annoying for sure. And the opponent isn't gonna go to top decking mode because with the Collector's Vault they're gonna keep hitting things, and yeah, now they are gonna do some bargain stuff with the Princess Takes Flight. They might have another Brave the Wilds here. Okay, they tap the Battle Node, it makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I could have actually played 2 black spells if they didn't tap that thing. Now what I could do is Titanic Crow to this thing and attack for 7, but you know it's not lethal and they don't even have mana for this food, but let's just scry into a land. Okay. This is gonna be bargained away. They also have this land that can gain them a little bit of life, but it's going to use up a lot of mana. Yeah, I'm not even sure if the triples will be enough here, because they keep drawing good stuff, and when they play all the colors, they're gonna have all the good cards. They are not gonna have random filler in the deck. Now I assume the Princess Takes Flight is going to be bargained away. Oh, but they even eat my food here. Well, I have more of that coming. More of that coming with the Feed the Cauldron here. Okay, now they didn't tap in my upkeep. Well, I still don't have mana for 2 black things, so I guess I am going to just play the Battle Node here. They are effectively at 14 with the food token they have. Yeah, no attacks. Battle Node here. Yeah, if they didn't have the Collector's Vault, I would like my chances more. But they do. I know I have the triples, but we will see if that's going to be good enough here. I guess with the Titanic Growth I can be a little bit... Yeah, a little bit more confident about my chances. Is there a chance they deck out? No, still 20 more cards. It's not really gonna happen. They can, by the way, also draw a ton of cards with this at some point if they tap my guys. Okay, Feral Encounter. So I'm gonna lose the Battle Node here most likely because they're gonna get a creature that costs, you know, up to 5 mana. I have the Titanic Growth, but I'm not sure I want to use it for that because, you know, this here is of course a bite, not a fight. So well, they have decisions what to exile. I guess it's several good options and they have difficulties deciding which of the good options. Okay, Tanglespan lookout. Well, I can deal with that using the Feed the Cauldron. Oh, they actually can't kill the Battle Node now. They're gonna get the Dream Thief, which is fine for me. It is actually the only thing they can get. Unless they use these treasures to cast something that pumps these guys' power or they play a 3 power. Okay, they did that. Okay, well, I think I'm going to play both Spider Foods in this deck. Sadly, they had an enchantment there to draw a card. Both Spider Foods, because the Collector's Vault, the Crown, and the Bitter Chill are cards I wouldn't mind. Dealing with. So before they get to draw any more extra cards, this is gonna happen. Sadly, I don't have attacks here. They can start attacking with this thing, although I'm not concerned of that. I actually would prefer them to not attack with the Fortress, which gains them life. Let's see if I can actually play the Groove Triplets at some point, because he's now 4 lands drawn and 12 spells. Okay, they are gonna get red mana here now. They had access to red with the Collector's Vault, of course. Anyway, 17 cards here. Alright, so I'm potentially going to use now the so they have 2 mana up. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Titanic Growth here. If they have response, then they have response. But I'd rather get rid of the Winestalk here if I can. So now the question is, am I gonna get the... I think I'm going to get the card from this now. Maybe I draw a Swamp, I can play this triplet, the Butcher anyway. Still the draw step. Nope. Nope. Well, I have the triplets mana if the Fawn gets to untap, or if I just draw any land. The Fawn can also make the second black for the Negotiator, which is quite nice. Oh, Food Fight. That's a problem with the vault. Oh, man, that's such a problem with the vault. So artifacts you control have paid 2 mana, sack it, deal basically 2 damage to any target. And they keep getting artifacts every turn. I guess they have 15 cards left in the deck. And it's not easy to kill these 3 toughness creatures with that. And especially the Groove Triplets. No instants here now. Any land will be good. That's not a land. Guess I can let them draw a card from the Baron Nodi. Because I can make a 1/1 token, but it's much better idea to sack this thing. Scry to draw a card. They can pay 1 mana for the Bitter Chill there, of course. But I get the card here too. Well... well, I mean, both are fine, I guess. But not when they have the Food Fight there. Not when they have the Food Fight. They have 1 treasure right now. So I guess I can... I'm not gonna draw the Conceited Witch, but I could use the Werefox here because it's also a way to use my mana this turn. They have 1, 2 untapped lands and 1 treasure, so they can't sack 2, in response. I wouldn't mind having access to my 4 power creature. It also allows the Witch Stalker to attack. So I'm gonna do this, and before they untap, they also of course get to draw the card now. Scry and draw, they scry at the top. I'm gonna give this thing to the, doesn't matter, maybe the Lord Skitter. Still can't attack, sadly. Okay, 13 cards in the deck. Now, with the triplets and the negotiator, there's actually a chance that there is a chance that they might run out of cards before they actually can utilize this combination too much. Also, drawing cards with the Hilda's Crown starts to be a little risky at some point, but we'll see how many actual creatures they have in their hand to deal some damage to me. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in the graveyard, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess they have like around 5 to 6 lands in their hand and deck combined, so out of 17. Yeah, they will have at least 10 spells in their hand, or I mean in their hand and library. Okay, there's a Hamlet Glutton. Sure. I don't think they're gonna... Okay, well now I got that thing too. So Groove Tribbles is going to be the play now, because if it dies I can get it back, and that's quite nice. Of course I'm unable to attack into the 6/6, and they gained the 3 life in there. Yeah, okay, this could be also one of those very long games, so I have to... I have more time than my opponent here, so that's good, but I still need to pay attention to the timers in here. This is the game 1, but of course I have used only around 7 minutes. They have used around 10 minutes. So do they have the winning stuff here? Okay, so what does this mean? How am I supposed to block? I'm not taking 6 here. I'm gonna make them use stuff there, because I can block with everything. Okay, they tap that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, but okay, only 3 artifacts. So I guess they can like deal 6. Yeah, so... And they can only deal like 2 plus 2 and then plus 2. So with my 3 toughness creatures, that's actually... They can only kill one of them. I'm going to... Because I have the Fell Horseman here, I'm gonna just do this and see what happens. They could of course have like many things, but we will see now. If the Groove Triplets, you know, the actual creature card dies, I'll just bring it back. And that's of course great. Okay, they kill 2 of the tokens. But if they lose the Glutton, I call this, you know, totally fine situation. So now the Triplets becomes a 9/9. They have no longer... and they actually, the crown is you know, tapped, but I assume they have something like that. Oh, they can exile it. Man. That was good for them, so I can't bring it back. I guess I will then try to bring back the negotiator here. They also need to exile it if they don't want this Witch Stalker to be able to... Okay, well they don't have mana to exile it, so... Well, I mean they have now the 4/4 here. Okay, well they of course do have, like I said, only good cards when you play all the colors. Oh man, this is so annoying. I was really hoping to... Obviously hoping to get there. You know, Groove Triples back. Okay. Well, down to 11. And I do have another negotiator in the deck, don't I? Yes, I do. I also have a lot of lands in the deck because I had so many turns when I didn't draw lands. Tracker, yeah. I mean, this is the stuff they have, of course. Sir Armand, yeah. I mean, every card they play is a relevant card. The only question here is that can I win? I mean, can I stall the game before they deck out? There is a chance for that. Okay, so I have to take the 6 now. I am going to not get anything back. I will let the negotiator die. I don't have any other bargain source for though currently. But oh, you know what I could have done? Oh, I could have gotten this thing back and sacked the triplets, but that actually doesn't matter because this is the only way for me to bring back stuff from the graveyard. So it's not worth it. It is not worth it. This thing has reach, so I can't attack. I mean, I can, but it makes no sense. So let's just keep this like this. And my game plan here now is to win before they deck. I mean, to stay alive until they deck out. But with the food fight, it will be a little bit challenging. But I can still draw some good stuff myself. I have my I have a Candy Grapple, a Feed the Cauldron still. So now they can use the food fight for some stuff, but I don't think I even care. I mean, I'll just do this, make them use their stuff, and then I'll get back the negotiator here. They drew something now, did they? They can sack 2 artifacts to kill one of these guys so that the champion survives. But they will have to loot before they do that because they have 1 food in here and they need to have another artifact from the collector's vault. You know what's also possible? That they are gonna lose some time. Okay, they just drew this bolt. Yeah, fine. Oh, good draw. At least it didn't exile my thing. But yeah, they got also the thing from that. 8 mana, so I can do this before anything else. My own glutton will be good draw. They can of course tap my glutton, so it's not gonna matter that much. So does this target the second ability? No, you may sacrifice another creature if you do scry draw. Now, oh, they don't have actually mana here. They don't have mana to use the cooped up. That's right, this is food, not a treasure. So I guess I can sack the triplets now just to draw a card. I don't think the negotiator is even going to be that great here. It's probably not. I don't know how I'm gonna win here. I don't think it's gonna be very easy because the crown here is kind of nasty for me. Actually let's put full control if I still can. Because I want to use this before I scry. Because this has scry too. So sack another creature. And then I'm gonna draw the glutton first. Then I get to scry and draw. Like that. Bye bye. Don't need lands. Yeah, they had actually no trouble killing my, killing my Groove triplets, and I was kind of assuming it's gonna happen like that. I made, of course, the kind of block that allowed it to happen pretty easily, but I was hoping to get my triplets back with the Fell Horseman. That's why I blocked with every one of those tokens. Okay, so let's just do this and this. I mean, what else is there to do? They just drew another Serama. They're not even top decking, they don't need to use the Collector's Vault. I was hoping that they're gonna have to loot lands away. But I mean, because I'm just not gonna say anything. This seems ridiculous, simply ridiculous. Because now, of course, they have the Crown of Wind. Them getting, the food token from the trigger and all that. It's... Yeah, they are winning easily. I mean, I'm actually dead here. Okay, so... Well, I'm gonna make them use some time. I'm not gonna stall any... I will just shift enter here, but... I mean, they used 15 minutes for this game, and there's a chance that they will run out of time here. I'm gonna use that to my advantage, because it's just so... I mean... I'm a little bit annoyed here, because somehow... They just got dirty. They were looting a lot, so it's not a surprise, but they were top decking here the last 2 draws, and they were just top deck the nuts. Anyhow, spider food. What I don't need here is anything with low impact like a Witch Stalker. Even... No, I do like the rest of the stuff actually. Ego Drain. I have a number of fairies, but maybe not enough. All of the stuff in their hand is pretty good though. And this is any non-land, isn't it? So am I gonna risk it? Am I gonna risk, because I have only 5 fairies. Now you can also play that Ego Drain when... What is happening? When you have an empty hand, then there's no drawback either. But I won't be having them empty hands that easily. Besides, if I put this in, I will need to cut another card. Yet another card. Oh... They know about the Titanic growth. Is that now something I should... It's good with some of the stuff I saw. It's especially good to respond to the, this Agatha's champion. I kind of want to play the Titanic growth. I will need to cut a low impact card, and it might actually even be the 3rd feature cauldron, because their actual threats are... Now they do have the Search Ginger and the aura thing, this lookout, but I think I have also the candy grapple, so I'm gonna cut 1 feature cauldron. Okay, this is the final deck. Let's go. Yeah. Maybe I could have also considered having oppression in the deck. I mean, it's maybe something that could work against their deck. I don't know. Play first. Have a decent enough hand with the candy trail. I will, of course, want to hit some lands here. Okay, bye bye. No lands. Still no lands. Can I get a land? I can. Yeah, I can use the feature cauldron at some point, but I will first just try trading it. I also can use spider food, but I think they have other things I want to deal with the spider food. For example, the crown. I will, especially because I scried the other one to the bottom. I will not use this on random search instead that I can deal with using some other cards. So yeah, that is the target I want to have for them. spider food in here. Now they will actually get the annoying scry there. So I believe I'm going to first use the feed the cauldron, especially now that they are tapped out, if it is somehow relevant. And then I can deal with the crown on the next turn. That's also a good target for it, but you know, the crown is the actual problem. They also did miss a land drop, by the way. I'll just do this. So they have 13 minutes to win the match. They would have to either win this game or the next one if I happen to win this. It looks good now that they are missing land drops, but of course the looting helps. They get a treasure. They have the otter thing too, yeah. Still no land. Well, I guess I have a somewhat of an easy mode now. Would they have a counter spell for the triplets? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. Didn't expect them to play a counter spell in this 5-color deck. Now they would be losing unless they have like a rat effect, which I assume they can have the white rat. That would be really good. Just kill everything here. If they don't have a rat or potential to draw it, I think they should concede to leave most time for the next game, but they are battling here. So they have a double removal there. I mean the kind of removal that doesn't actually make the triplets do you know, the trigger, but now what I can do here is I can sack it to this thing. So now they are gonna concede. I at least hope. The land is not necessary. Nine. I could deal 13 to them. I mean, I guess if they do have a rat effect, I still can have the gluton. So let's play the flyer. Let's make sure that they need to have exactly the land drop and a rat effect. And the land would have to be an untap white producing land. Alright, so the oppression is, you know, a player. This is a symmetric effect, but I could see it actually being bad for them, given that they have the card draw and such stuff that you know, this would be a possible thing to play. Because of course I don't have to cast this card until I have, you know, mostly emptied my own hand. But again, we have the question of what to cut. I don't really want to cut anything in here, so I'll just keep the same deck and let's hope that I can. Well, I don't know that I have a better draw than they do. This is nasty. Well, I can't keep that. Well, with the sprawl I can. And of course there's also the Brave the Wilds. I will leave the spider food in my hand. I think the Dream Thief might be the least useful. It will deal some damage in the early game though. It's not that bad. But I need the mana sources here. I need the high impact thing here. I'm not gonna miss out on the Groove triplets. So the problem is if they do have the crown, I'm gonna be really annoyed. But I guess I wanna have the 1/1 flyer. Let's cut the spider food. I don't like that, but what can I do? I will play the sprawl. Actually, okay, I'm playing the sprawl now for black, and then I can get a Well, let's see if I draw a land, and then that will inform my decision about the Brave the Wilds more. Okay. So I'm gonna get the land before I'm... So total amount of mana I have here is 3, of course. So I can play this, this, and this. So this is a whale and this scry. So I get my... I guess it could be a... I have 2 green here, so I guess I can get a swamp with this. I have a double black here anyway. I'm gonna get a swamp with this thing. Yeah. I'm not gonna bargain it. Of course. Let's get a swamp. And then I can, you know, play the swamp. Let's surveil first. This has a scry too, so let's surveil, because if I want to bin it, then it's better to get the fresh scry. That's actually not a card I want to bin. It's a play for the next turn. Yeah, I will scry like this then. Feed the Cauldron is actually good. It gives the negotiator also a bargain thing, but I do need to draw land as well. So I think the Feed the Cauldron goes away. That was tough. Okay, they have 12 minutes. They have enough time to win the match. 3 blind mice. Well, it's annoying, but what can you do? I will be doing this now, because I can also draw a card with the Candy Trail, so I will use my mana here efficiently. Yeah, they have no trouble hitting their different colors here, definitely. But they have a lot of fixing. I mean, they drew again the dual lands here. So they're gonna get a bunch of those tokens and didn't have the chapter. Twin Whale Guide. That's really unfortunate. What the? Now they have a blocker. Oh man, this is so... And I didn't even draw the land here. I don't know. Just feels like a... I mean, they are having no trouble getting their... with the 5-color deck, hitting their curves, and I'm with my 2-color deck with fixing. I have issues just getting even the mana. They gain 5 life there and they get this thing. I lost the game. I'm just tilted here. I mean, they're gonna get the +2, +1/+1 for every creature. I didn't even draw the land I needed. I don't care. I lost the game. I at least don't want to play that game to its conclusion, because, you know, mulliganing and not still drawing the lands, it's just impossible when the opponent gets the good start there. So there's no trophy for me to finish the set with, but maybe I can at least win 2 more matches here. Okay, I'm gonna keep it because I have a 2 and 3 here. It's gonna be black. Am I now gonna draw a lot of lands? No, that's not the... Oh. Yeah, I'm just doing the rat here, and I can use the Feed the Cauldron on the Slinger, unless the 3-drop they have is gonna be... Yeah, well, actually, that's now the target. But it doesn't have to be now. I'm gonna wait for a turn. Okay. That's that. Well, I do have 3 Feed the Cauldrons, 2 Candy Grabbles. It is tempting now to... Oh, they're gonna go that route. I mean, if they have nothing, I can double block it. It will deal 1 damage to each of these, but then this creature only deals... Okay, I'm gonna double block it. That's trading only with 1 creature, so I don't care. Well, that's still, you know... I mean, they saved their own guy, but they traded the rat out on this thing, which is fine. Werefox Cauldron thing... okay then. I guess I'm gonna do the Cauldron on this guy right now. This is of course becoming a 3-2. I'm kinda hoping they're gonna attack with it. Then I can block with my you know 2-3 and make it into a 3-4. Maybe they're gonna save the Vermin to make it grow even more. Trade on the Witch Stalker doesn't seem that great of an idea. Okay. That then. Still a trick. Well, not exactly. I mean, that's just... I still get to use... I mean, they used the card so that I didn't lose a card. They just want to grow this thing, of course. It makes, you know, sense, but... it's fine. I mean, I guess I can play these, but I want to use the... No, I'm not gonna play it yet. I'm at 17. They are top decking. They can attack with the Witch for 2 and... Okay, so... I'm hoping this is gonna work now. Because this is the reason I made this... I mean, did they just draw another... Well, they did draw that again, but that doesn't matter again. This is gonna be good for me. I take some damage, of course. And then I still have the Titanic Growth there. So they have now used 2 cards, so that I haven't lost the card myself. But of course I have taken a bunch of damage here. I'm almost tempted to take the 3 life, but I don't think I need it yet. If they get like a threaten effect, well then they do, and such is life. But I have also... Although I guess I can have these and these to sacrifice for a bargain. I'm gonna actually do this after all. Okay. This is still fine. I could attack with this, but sadly it does not have vigilance, so I'm not gonna attack with it. Okay. Well, there's the feed. I am going to now... Well, the kind of problem is that this has menace, so if I start attacking they can attack with the menace guy, but I guess if I only attack with 1 creature, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna just do this before they draw another not dead after all. And then maybe I will still not attack yet. Let's wait 1 more draw step at least. So they did have a twisted fealty. Jeez. Okay. Well, I have 3 life waiting here. So I guess I take 7. Okay, now my own witch is here. So now I can do this. Well, I don't need to use that. I use just this here. Wicked token on here. And then I can actually attack with the 5-4 and still be able to block the conceded which they have. I could attack for 9, but I can't do it. I need to be able to block here. Because even with the Titanic growth it wouldn't be lethal. But it could be lethal on the next turn. 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 4 is 15, and then I can even give this guy +1/+1. So if I attack with everything on the next turn and they don't do blocks, I will win. Unless they do not do something that they can use to interact. Okay, they can give all their team a menace, but I think they're gonna sack to draw a card. Yep. Scry 2 draw card. Let's see how they scry. Ideally 2 to bottom. Okay, 1 to top, 1 to bottom. So this is something they wanted to draw. And we'll see what that is. They have access to black mana as well, thanks to the Scarecrow guide. Grim Surge. Okay, well they go now to... Okay, 13. So actually I can attack with everything now and... threaten. Yeah. So if I attack with exactly everything... First of all, these Tramplers are lethal with the Titanic growth, so they have to block at least one of them. I have this thing. I'm not going to attack with the rat necessarily, because they can block it quite freely and I can use it just to play the Negotiator. I have 7 mana, so I can play this and a 2 mana spell. If I knew that I'm going to draw this, I would have used this on the end of turn, but I didn't want to do that. Alright. I guess if they block the rat token, it's fewer blocks for the other stuff. I'm gonna do this, and this seems like, because this also has wicked token, if it dies, they lose a life, and if it doesn't die, I can, sacrifice it for the bargain. I mean, this has menace, they can't block it with just a witch of their own, they need to block it with 2 if they want to block it. Okay, now they're gonna absorb some trample damage. But notice which... I mean, they have to take this. Alright, so now they're gonna take 7 and I will win because... Yep. Well, they are figuring out different options here. So now that's the final block. So they're taking 6 in here. And this is gonna die, and this is they're gonna take actually 7, and then I can sacrifice this monster roll token for this. So because I could give Titanic growth to this guy to make it survive, but it's better just to win the game instead. So let's win the game. Done. Like so. Okay, black-red with more than one and not dead after all, a twisted fealty. Scuba Slinger. That's annoying against my Baron Nordis. Do I want to have a Sky Beast tracker? I don't know if I really need it against this deck now. I actually think there's nothing I want to change. Even the Dream Thief is going to be good as a blocker, and then I can draw a card and something like that. They have the rat out to deal with it, but I can always draw a card when it is in my graveyard. I'm, for that reason, going to just ship the same deck. And look at that, I was able to win a game without Grove triplets. And this is fine because I have 3 castables despite having only 2 lands and 2 5-drops, but this is fine. Okay, land is good. Of course I will need a black sauce at some point, but I have ways to get it. Okay. Well, that's gonna eat a candy grapple, maybe even right away. Maybe even right away. Before they can have like a not dead after all for that thing, and I drew the swamp. Okay. Taking life loss, and then they can attack for 1, but I guess... Ah, forgot that it's... Yeah, they can get 1-1, but I... Yeah, okay. That's a good draw for them, you know, they have 1-drop into 2 1-drop spells there, but... I'm still in the game. The tappy can give itself death touch. Okay, so now they're gonna just attack with everything. Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy, of course, because now it can't give death touch. They're gonna grow the vermin, but... I drew the lands that I needed here. And I don't... Well, actually I can give this monster roll token and then sacrifice it to gain 3 life. We'll see if that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's a lot of, you know, creatures there. 7 creatures casually here. But my negotiators are good. Okay, that is really, really good for me. I can even double block it and then save whichever they're gonna try to kill, but of course I will most likely sacrifice it still. I maybe not actually now that it's gonna have a lifelink. Yeah, it's actually gonna be more valuable as a lifelinker. It's already gonna deal, gain me 2 life here. Yep, that makes sense. Let's see if they have like a twisted fealty on the negotiator, because that's gonna be a lot of damage, but not enough to kill me immediately. And I keep gaining life every turn here now. So that is good. I will leave this negotiator as a blocker for sure, but I'm not gonna pump it because I have, you know, a good turn of just playing the Werefox and having mana up for this thing. And I might actually sacrifice this roll token. We'll see. But the Barrow Node is doing some very nice work here right now. They are stuck at 3, so even though they were able to amass a lot of creatures to the battlefield, I have this quite good blocking capability here. They can give their guys menace, but I can block one of them and it's not gonna... The attacks won't be enough to kill me. But of course if they have a Twisted Fealty for the next turn. Anyhow, I can block 1 because I have 3 blockers and all of their guys have menace, so... I could choose to block the most damage. Because I can save my guy that's about to die with the Werefox. Or I can block the thing that always has menace. Now the question is, do I have a win for the next turn? Let's assume they don't block with the Lodge Getter. I think they would block, but if they don't, that's 7, 9, plus 3, 12. Negotiation. No, I guess if I draw land and they don't block, then yes, but that's not happening really. So I'm taking 8 damage here. if I block the Conceited Witch. I take 7 damage if I block the Monstrosity. Okay, let's do this. And save our Witch Stalker here, and then probably gain some life by sacrificing this monster roll token. Ooh, Titanic Growth, but this time I don't have mana for both the Growth and the Negotiator here. But can I force a block? If they don't block, they will take. This will deal for 6, 9, 13. Yes, it's gonna be enough. I can even pump this. So this forces a block from the Butcher here. And these things trample, so they will take 4 regardless. I can try to win through. Oh, I'm gonna get 2 life, maybe more. I can also give Titanic Growth to this and gain a lot of life. Okay, I'm going to do this. So if I play around Twisted Fealty, I should not play the Werefox post-combat. So now this is 4, 7, 9, 13. I can deal, you know. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give the Life Linker more power, and then if I play the Werefox and they have a Twisted Fealty, so I will be going to 14. They steal this. They're gonna get a Wicked token, so that's 4, 6, 10. Yeah, a Twisted Fealty won't win the game. So I'd rather play the guy here. Although I have a lethal on the next turn regardless with my Air Force in here. So it's unlikely that this is gonna matter. Okay, fine, let's pump it. Let's pump it for 1 additional point of life gained here. Because they are at 1 here, so I mean they are not gonna. They have only 2 blockers and I have these tramplers and all that. Oh well. Don't tell me if I had 1 more blocker it would have been enough. It would not actually. So they had that thing. Knowing Crescendo. Well, I didn't see that in the first game, so I mean I wasn't playing around it. I would have needed to have yeah, so if I played this I would be of course at 1 fewer life total and block only this guy, not even the menace guy, so of course they had the like only card in the format. That was actually the only card I'm pretty sure that was going to give them the win in this game. I'm not surprised they're playing it because they had their deck suits for it, but that's still annoying. There's 1 game left, of course. I'm just figuring out if they're. I mean, I just have to take that into account. I have to play around Knowing Crescendo and Twisted Fealty. That's annoying, but I guess you play around them in a very similar way. So maybe it's okay. Here I think the Sky Beast Tracker is going to be a good blocker. I'm gonna play that. Fell Horseman might not be that important. So that's the trade I'm gonna make here and then hope that they don't get to amass such an amount of rat tokens. Okay, this is a very, very good hand. I think I will in fact say green for this thing. Maybe. I'm not actually sure if I should. I'm considering it because of the group triples I might draw here. But I also have 2 double black spells and these black cards in my hand. I guess I have more forest, so let's just say black in here. And hope that most of my land draws will be in fact forests, not the swamps. there's the double black already. I'm going to start simply by... Well, actually, now that I don't have a land, it's tempting to just do this. But no, let's do this. Let's use 3 mana, get a rat token here. And then just hope I draw a land and I can double spell. That would be the greatest. Ah, Baronodi. At least I drew the land. But yeah, I can't attack. I was hoping to be able to attack, but they had the 1-3 there. Tabby. Okay. Pretty irrelevant, I would say. Well, I would say wrong. Okay, at least they're gonna be the aggressor here. Because this was going to be able to block my stuff. Now... If this dies, I get the food token, which I will sack for this thing. I'm actually willing to offer the trades in here. And I will play double Baronodis there. This is fine. And maybe I do draw one of my 3 feature cauldrons or one of my 2 candy grabbles to deal with the Baronodi. By the way, I did draw 2 swamps after I said that. I don't know, I had one in my hand already, didn't I? Yes, but I did draw 1 swamp, so hopefully the next land I draw will be a forest. Just in case I ever hit the Groove triples here. Okay, well that is a swamp. So they can make this into a 3 power creature, which means my Baronodis are not able to attack now. But the moment they're gonna use mana on their turn, then I can do the attacks. So I'm just playing the negotiator and I will bargain. And I think I will... I mean, the sprawl saying black is maybe even... It's not gonna help me cast the Groove triples. I'm actually going to say that the sprawl goes away. Because the only 5-drop I can draw is, I think, another negotiator, and with the phone I can cast it. Yeah, let's leave the food token for life gain purposes. Okay, they go to 11. Now I can try to be the aggressor. I think I need help from the deck still. Let's just get the Hamlet Glutton. I do have the mana for it thanks to the phone. I can sack the 1-1 or the food token, whichever I prefer. So now if they use more than 2 mana this turn, I can actually attack in the air. And they will take some damage from these guys. Okay, can they sacrifice this or do they just want to do something? I don't know, what's this? I mean, maybe they have a trick that allows them to trade with one of the Naughty, but I'm willing to let that happen. They can't deal 6 here, can they? No. There's no way to give this Death Touch, I don't think. I will gain 2 life this way as well. Okay, I still draw a swamp here, wow. Well, I don't have the Groove triples in my hand, but I would be a little bit annoyed if I did. Because I drew 3 swamps since I decided to make this into a black producing thing. Okay, this will get Death Touch, I don't care. I want to... Okay, I play the land so I can pump now with the phone. I will just... no point attacking with the 1-1, I guess. They can just block it. Now I can pump a Barrow Nodi twice. Or once each. Yep, that has death touch. You can trade with the Butcher here. I gain 4 life here. And they take quite a bit of damage here. And they're down to 1 blocker. And I'm of course having enough life that their weird victory such as what happened in game 2 won't really happen. Okay, that is a good blocker on my Barrow Nodis, but I can pump them enough times and okay, well no. So they have the 1-3 enhanced by those things. That's not ideal because now this thing actually eats Barrow Nodi for free. So if I attack with everything, this Barrow Nodi will block the Negotiator. This will block a Barrow Nodi, and they will take... Well, I wouldn't attack with this because I could use that for pumping purposes, but they would take 3 damage going down to 3, and I would actually just lose my Barrow Nodi. Let's first see what happens in the top of my deck. That's gonna be good. Yeah, man, the token here. Well, I guess I have time here to do stuff, but now I would like to just okay, more things that can block my flyers. Sure. Yeah, they can actually double block the Negotiator with these two. I can't even do that. Why did they have to have their own Dream Thief? That's more blockers in the air now, including my Dream Thief. Alright. I guess what I can do is just play this, which is token on the Negotiator here. This has now lifelink too. That's annoying. But that is the thing I'm gonna do here. Because now they have to do at least something. But I can't attack with this Nodis. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. What I could do is attack with this, but I don't want to give them free life. They would block with the Barrow Nodi, so let's do this and hope they don't have a kill spell on this. Okay, they double block it and I get to eat their triple block it, but anyhow. Sadly I don't have a trick here, but of course they know it. I do want to get rid of the life linker here. Thank you very much. So I need to draw a Feed the Cauldron or a Candy Grapple on the Slinger. Once I do, it's great. I have 5 outs in the deck. I can pump this twice. If I could pump it 3 times, I could trade with the Slinger, but that would require more lands. The Menace guy can attack, but yeah, this is... Now what I could do is just attack with the Dream Thief. That's what I could do. Because I want to draw more cards here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Now, yeah, it's possible to have like a discard effect, and then if I get an expensive card, I can't cast it. But I can also get something that I can cast, so I haven't seen discard effects from there, so let's do this. Okay, there is the Feed the Cauldron. Now, I'm actually gonna save it for now. I know if I use it on their turn, I don't get the food, but I think it might be worthwhile to leave this. Okay, raid bombardment. Are they? I don't think they can really attack with anything. No, especially when I have the Feed the Cauldron. They could have Dead Not Dead after Ulster, but let's see what they do. I let them attack if they really want to. Now, if I draw an expensive spell, I should do this on their turn. But then again, if I draw an expensive spell, I think that's a very good spot to be in. So, and I didn't, so now this is better. Finally, I get to get rid of this. Although they might have a Not Yet after all, but it will at least enter tapped. No such things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have only one pump available. I can attack with the Considered Witch. They could block with the Witch of their own and the Dream Thief though. But then they wouldn't block the Battle Notice and take 3. I still think it's not worth it. No block at all. They don't even want to draw a card from the Dream Thief. Okay. Well, I'm definitely out of range of their surprise victories. I have 29 life here, basically. Okay, so now the 7, 8, 9. So let's play this pre-combat because that allows me to have another trigger. I mean, not trigger, but another activation for a Baronodi. So let's say if I attack with everything. Now I'm willing to trade it Witch with the Dream Thief because it's not going to. Then they can't block the Baronodis at all. Should I attack with this guy? Not yet. Okay. That's fine. Doesn't change anything. I mean, it does change so that they can trade with the Baronodi, but they still actually. I can trade with the Vermin unless they have something. And they have to still make that block there. So, of course, the Vermin is gonna die here. And then I will, of course, still gain my life here. Even though it doesn't affect the amount of damage they're gonna be dealt. They still have something, but... I guess I need to make them use their cards. Rat out there. Okay, so that's fine, because now the point is here that my Baronode here is lethal. And I'm at 28. They are not winning. So this is gonna be pumped 3 times and it will be a victory for me. They can deal a bunch of damage now, but it's not going to be enough. They draw a card. Good sign, of course, if they use half their mana just to draw a card. And that's going to be game now. At least I hope there's nothing with 1 black mana they can do. I will take 3 from the raid bombardment and then 9 from these creatures. Total of 12 damage going to 16. Alright, so the Baron Notice were the key here. They are quite nice though. So this is the final match of my Wilds of Eldraine drafts now. Yeah, if this hand had like, I don't know, if any of these black cards was a swamp, I'd be very happy about this. But now, I have 14 lands remaining. I have a Brave the Wilds, Utopia's Pro, that's like 16. And then there's the 2-drop. Okay, the half the deck is mana sources. And 8 of them only give me black. I guess 9 if you count the 1, 3, 2-drop 2. So it's such a tough thing to mulligan a hand that could, in theory, cast a group triplets if I just knew I'm gonna draw a bunch of lands. But otherwise this is just bad. I don't even have a forest and a swamp to allow me to play the Baron Nordi. But this is such a good hand if I get the black source. I'm actually gonna keep it because I can, if I get the black source, I can cast every black card in here. And this Feed the Cauldron even gives me the Hamlet Glutton, you know, bargain. But of course this can backfire badly. But then again, I just drew the swamp right away, which is gonna make things a lot easier. I still need 2 lands to be able to get to the Hamlet Glutton, but of course now if I draw non-lands, I can, with 3 mana, actually cast a bunch of them. There was the 4th land, so... But now if... yeah, okay, they can have this kind of a deck that draws cards. Also, I'm up against a 50 card deck. Exactly 50, yeah. 4 permanents, 6 cards in hand, that's 10, and then 40 in the deck. So they get to scry when creatures enter the battlefield, and then if they target their own creatures with their own spells, they get to draw cards. Alright, now let's play the Witch now. When they cast a spell that targets a creature they control, draw a card. Well, I assume they're gonna have a bunch of such spells. Okay, they're gonna get a 2/2 flyer if they sack this. Which is not gonna be a problem in this board state. And I can use the Feed the Cauldron if I really need to. Okay, Fawn isn't bad at all. Yeah, of course I'll attack, they have no good blocks. And then I'm deciding between various things here. The Fawn makes me have the Glutton mana, but then I don't have a Glutton bargain fodder. The Blood Skitter and the Feed the Cauldron give me bargain fodder. Now can they have a royal treatment? Yes, they can. I'm gonna go with the Lord Skitter here. And just get a bargain fodder. So if I draw a land, I can just sack the 1/1 here. That's not a problem. I assume they have a lot of things at target, so maybe there's like a fight spell now. The Curse of the... no, that's not a fight spell, so they are tapped out now, unless... did they play a... yeah, this entered the battlefield this turn. Now... quite tempted actually just to... they're gonna get, by the way, another 2/2 flyer here, but... I could play as triplets on the next turn. I'm actually going to do this. This makes them not have good blocks for this turn, well, other than the 1/1, which I'm not going to attack with. They go to 9 here. Now they will have 3 life, so... oh, they jump. That's signaling two possibilities. First is that they just made a mistake, and the second is that they have a rat effect. But there's no second white, so they don't have a rat effect. Yeah, they should have definitely not blocked there because they're gonna have now. I guess their reach guy makes it so that the Baron node is still going to be. You know, they can still trade with it, but with two twos they of course could have double blocked it. But of course the Werefox is quite good now. It is. How to attack? There are many ways to do it, but they are at 14. I don't need to push through damage by losing creatures. Like if they double block the witch with these two, even the Werefox adventure won't help survive there. So I think they're gonna double block the Baron node, so I'm gonna just attack with it because I have of course now very good. Because I can make sure that the Baron node survives. Oh, they actually chose not to do that at all, which is fine because I can play this then. And if I want to, I can actually sacrifice one of these tokens to the Glutton, and these remaining tokens become 6/6. Okay, they drew another. They have gotten value from the Griffin area. Okay, they shouldn't attack. They have of course cried a lot, so that's why they have been having these decent draws. But now they cried to bottom. And the question is, with 7 mana, this is actually also allowing me to have this thing here. I mean, I can play the Glutton and have mana for the Werefox adventure. So I'm going to play the Glutton here. Bargain. Sack this kind of a thing, and then my other guys are 6/6s. And then I think I will attack with everything, including the 1/1 here. Because I don't really care about the 1/1 and if I lose all of this stuff, it's not gonna matter. This is 12 trouble damage which they have to deal with. And this a god change can help some of my other guys survive. Okay, so the witch is going to trade with the flyer. And then they are doing this block. They're taking 12, so +1 won't be enough. But what I can do here is I can make this other Griffin die. I will lose my rats regardless, but it's fine. This is gonna mean that they need to draw something pretty amazing here. At least my pack 2 pick 1 doubling season. I mean, that would double my crew of triplets tokens. This is symmetric effect. But they do get 2 tokens here now. Yeah, this is. I had 18 points of trample here, so let's just attack. It's lethal. Because they have only 11 points of toughness, and 18 points of trample is gonna deal at least 7 to their 5. Alright, so my pack 2 pick 1. I guess I used that card in some other game too, but at least now it made me win the game. So am I gonna be worried about the stuff they have here? Like a Griffin area with a lot of food tokens. I mean, I have 2 spider foods here. That is the thing. I might be interested in the killing. I don't know though. Spider food doesn't... No, I don't think the spider food is that necessary. But am I gonna have something sideboarded out because it's like clumsy or a little bit of a low impact? The Territorial Witch Stalker is not a card I want to have in this matchup. And I'm actually going to try the Best Cell Bloodline, which feels like it would have been good in that game, and also it's actually quite decent with the 4/3 tramples. Making these into 6/5 tramples can matter a lot. So that's my sideboarding. Now this could be my last game of Wilds of Eldraine draft for now. For the foreseeable future, I don't usually, I don't just play quick drafts unless they are like in midweek Magic or some other decathlon event or something like that. And usually it takes a lot more time for old jets to come back to a premier or traditional draft. Anyway, they let me go first, which I'm very happy about, and this hand is really good. I'm gonna of course try to get a land here. Oh, I have a Candy Crabble. I actually think I want to rather try to hit lands because I do have the Groove Triples here again, so let's not have the removal. I can actually use this Butcher to sacrifice the Dream Thief if I want to, because I just want to draw into lands. If they can't deal with the triplets, it will win the game, of course. Okay, they draw a card there, and I have 4 mana. Yeah, I do think that's the play I'm gonna make here. Because I can of course use it for another card draw later. This Feed the Cauldron I will be keeping. And of course the land beneath it. So now that I can't cast... Yeah, I'll just do this and see what happens. Okay, land. I'd rather deal extra damage than use the Candy Crabble on their turn. And next turn I can play the Groove Triplets if the Fawn survives. Galefang is good, but not quite as good as... I could attack into it and then use the Candy Crabble, but let's just do this. Because the Candy Crabble I can also use so that I bargain one of these tokens, kill the Galefang for instance, or whatever they might play here. And then the remaining tokens will be 6/6. But let's see if they can somehow... Oh ho ho! Now, that's something. That is something. This is actually pretty funny. Are these the copies? Yeah, these are... yeah, so these are, they are tokens, but they are copies of the triplets, which means they have a mana value of 6. The Cauldron cannot kill those things. But how can I make it so that this attack is amazing? I'm actually not convinced they are that great options. I would have, if I could have mana up for both the Negotiator and the Candy Crabble, but I actually can't. If I play this, I don't have this third black, and if I make this, use this to make it, then I don't have enough mana. So But I can't just pre-combat these. They would double block one of these with the Gale Fang and this guy, and that wouldn't be so great. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not even sure if this is actually going to be great. But I'm running out of time, so I just have to do something here. So they take 9. I could make them take 12 instead. But I think I prefer them taking 9 and then I play my negotiator here. Yeah, this gets interesting. But of course now I can make this into a 12-12 Trampler with the Candy Grabble. Oh god. Well, they're at least tapped out, meaning that they don't... Oh, they shouldn't attack. What? I can take 13 here. What's this? I mean... They gave up. There's nothing they can do here. I'll just do this. Okay, I mean, I guess they were really in trouble thanks to me having the negotiator here, but they could have at least maybe tried something. But yeah, the point there is that I can still use this Candy Grapple to bargain this thing away, making this into a 12-12 at instant speed, and it has trample, so it was now that they tapped out, even if they didn't attack with their triplets at all. I think they couldn't really have made a block that would have allowed them to survive there. Yeah, especially with the Conceited Witch here. You know, with the token. Okay, well that was that. Alright, so here we go. Let's check this deck quickly. I do think it was quite good. It could have been better if, you know, the Witch Stalker was another Root Rider Fawn, and maybe the Lord Skitter and the Conceited Witches could have been, well, maybe something. Fell Horseman, I don't really think it's that great, but it's, I don't know if I used this a lot. In the first match I had it, but it wasn't enough because the opponent just basically played 5 colors and never had issues really with their mana, but they had a lot of fixing, so it's not a big surprise that they didn't have issues with mana, but I had some problems there keeping up, and they did deserve the match win. They had a kind of a sweet deck for sure. I got the 2 wins in the end, although in match 2 maybe it looked like a little bit. I mean, the match 2, game 2 actually was the one when the opponent won like out of nowhere with the +2/+0 to all their attackers spell. Yeah, but I think this was a good enough deck that 2 wins is... I would have been disappointed if I didn't get the 2 wins. I would have wanted to finish the set, drafting the set with a 3-0, or at least have a 3-0 result in some of my last few drafts, but I had a big streak of drafts that ended up at 2 wins, and then one of them ended up at 1 win, I recall. But anyway, this video is not over yet. Let's claim the prize, and the next part of the video is just me opening the packs. I'll first show something from the collection here. Let's take the Wilds of Eldraine set here, and not collected. I don't care about the commons or uncommons. I care about the, well, rares I mostly have. Like, I mean, the rares that I have fewer than 4 of, as you can see, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 240 rares that I'm missing. So I'm basically getting all the rares very quickly. But let's see the mythic rares. I almost have all of them anyway. Also, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mythics out of 80 missing. Easily will be opened, but the toughest thing to complete is where is it nowadays? Enchanting Tales. So the mythics from the Enchanting Tales that I have less than 4 of. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15. But I have a lot of packs to open, so I think I will be getting these too. So let's go and open the packs. 285. So can I make this faster somehow? Because this takes a lot of time nowadays. I kind of yeah, I don't know if I can do this faster. Can I force this to be faster? No, this animation has to be okay, whatever. Cool animation. Now I'm starting getting these gems here, and I think very soon I have all the cards from the main set, and then the Enchanting Tale mythics will be the last ones to have. And here we go. Still mythics from the main set, and then from the enchantment sheet. And we have here still missing mythics. This will also recoup a lot of gems because these things will add up for sure. So let's see these these 20 gems cards if I see some mythics. Okay, so here we see, for example, this is an orange one from the main set, which means that I have a playset of every mythic rare from the Wilds of Eldraine, but I don't think I yet have a playset of all mythics from the Enchanting Tales sheet. Do I still open them? Yes, I do. Bitter Blossom here. It's a pretty cool animation compared to what we used to have, but of course when you mass open packs, it's kinda takes a bunch of time here. I didn't, I didn't count the number of mythics I need from the special sheet. I hope, did I say 15 I need them? Yeah, I think I said 15, so let's see if 200 and, okay, this is my first heuristic study. It wasn't my first, I think I had picked, so that says wrong. You can't trust them. Something happened in the previous patch maybe. Because sometimes a card says it's first, even though it's not. I think I have redrafted a heuristic study at some point. I'm pretty sure of that. So this is an Enchanting Tales rare. I have all the rares from the Enchanting Tales, because I'm getting these 20 gems things. But I needed 15 mythics, and I had like 280 something packs. I hope I can get 15 mythics from the set. I don't see the orange symbol yet from the Enchanting Tales set in here. Okay. I mean, the drop rate for those Enchanting Tales mythics is really low. And that's why I redrafted them. If you have seen my drafts, I have redrafted them almost always. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I just got a heuristic study, and this still says it's my first. It's not. But I remember I had no copies of a land tax, so I need land taxes for sure. But it's actually possible 280 something packs is not enough to get 15 mythics from the Enchanting Tales list. It's like the drop rate is something amazingly low for those. For normal mythic rares in normal sets, it's 1 out of 7 packs on average has a mythic rare. But it's less. The drop rate is lower for the special sheets, so it's really hard to complete those sets without using wildcards. Now, of course, I've gotten a lot of wildcards. Alright, well I got here some couple of those at least. I will be using the the wild cards I'm accumulating here, the mythic wild cards, to complete the enchanted tail sheet if I'm not gonna open the 15 missing ones, but this is... I don't recall seeing land taxes, so... No, I still no land taxes. Or maybe in the first ones I saw, when there was those. There were those and I didn't pay attention. But anyway, this is enough mythic wild cards, so I can just craft them. I get like I don't know, around 6,000 gems in the process as well. Which is gonna recoup some of the gems I lost in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 drafts when I did get no do I not get the land taxes at all? Or did I get them already? But yeah, I didn't get any 3-0s in the last several drafts, and of course then you only lose gems in a traditional draft if you don't get the best possible result. Okay, well, 5 packs left. I wonder how many of those enchanting tail cards I'm still missing. Yeah, my first Utopia Sprawl, like my draft deck, didn't have them. Okay, that's all the packs. Let's go to collection. And, okay, whatever. Enchanting Tales, where are you? There. And then mythic rares not collected. Let's put just the not collected one. So this is... I mean, I actually should do less than 4. That's the way to do it. How I want to. So I didn't get any land taxes from the 280 something packs. And before opening them, I had 15 missing from the Enchanting Tales sheet. I still have 7. So out of, let's say, 280 packs, I got 8 mythic rares from this Enchanting Tales sheet. 8 out of 280 is something like a... It's like 3%. Is it like 3% or so? Whatever it is, it's less than 5%. Because 5% would be 14. So yeah, that half of that would be 7. Yeah, it's around 2.5% drop rate for mythic rares of this particular kind. So now if you were really wondering why I redrafted them so hard, every card from this Enchanting Tales set I redrafted means that I saved a mythic wild card. Now, of course, I don't need these cards, but I because I have completed every set in Arena, I want to keep doing that. So that's why I'm just doing this fun little challenge. But I have to actually craft these things now. Let's do it. Just to make it perfect. Let's go to the set completion screen in the end here so to see the nice orange glow there. But I'm a little bit disappointed that the drop rate is so low for this. It's incredibly hard to complete these special sheets by drafting. I have been able to do it for some sets. I think Brothers War, the retro artifacts, I was able to complete even the mythic rares, at least almost. And then the Strixhaven Mystical Archives as well. I got also a few vaults here, but I'm not gonna open them right now. Let's just go to this big reward here. Set collection. What's this? Wilds of Eldraine. What am I missing there? Let's... What didn't I get from there? Of course, these. Yeah, I forgot these exist. These are just uncommon. So these are the... they used to be what some jump start. The jump start thing was discontinued. I don't know, you can find more information about these from the internet, but these are cards that don't appear in draft packs or the actual packs. You can only craft these. They were supposed to be in some kind of a jump start release that was, decided to not be made after all. So something like that. I don't even know what these things do, but because I won't be able to use these in limited, so I'm not familiar with them. I assume that they are not really high tier constructed playable cards. But of course, it's no big deal to crafting them because uncommon wild cards are even easier to come by than common wild cards. That's a fact, in fact. Alright, so now let's go to this set collection screen. Now, like I said, I have every set collected up to mythics 4 times each card, and here we have Alchemy Eldraine. I did complete this. I didn't record any alchemy drafts because they have been less popular, so I won't be uploading those anymore because people don't like alchemy. I don't mind it, but it's a discussion I'm not gonna have right now. So Wilds of Eldraine here, and okay, there's no, for the enchanting tales, there's no separate kind of a icon here, but I still completed them because, well, let's go to this place once more and put the enchanting tales cards in here. Here. So now I have everything for every rarity of enchanting tales, and now if I put also the not collected so that I'm not missing out any of them, and say how many of these cards I own at less than 4 copies. So no cards appear here, which means that I have 4 copies of every card from this Enchanting Tales bonus sheet as well. So that's it. The end of Wilds of Eldraine drafts. And I think the format was good. It was a little bit of a shame that the red-green archetype was supposed to be like about those 4 power creatures, but there was so little support, and there were so few like payoffs for that, and then for the few payoffs that the archetype had, the support cards were bad. The green common 3 mana 4/2, for instance. That's not really a good card. So that was like a little bit of an underwhelming archetype. The blue-white archetype that tap things down and make them lock down, that wasn't easy to draft, but sometimes you just got the payoffs for that, and that was an amazing deck when it worked. So I don't mind the blue-white archetype in the set. But even then, the red-green decks are actually totally playable in the set. Just don't focus on the sort of mechanic you're supposed to. Maybe you're not supposed to, but the mechanic that was present in those colors, just don't care about them and draft good red and green cards. That's a way to win matches, of course. All in all, I liked Wilds of Eldraine, but of course I'm also happy to jump to a new set. Also, by the way, I'm recording this more than 2 weeks before the next set's release because I'm gonna take like a brief break from drafting. I'll do my daily quests, daily 4 wins, usually playing some casual constructed or serious constructed, whatever I want to. But I will be now. Of course, this will be uploaded, so published, so that the next set is 2 days from you watching this. But now, just saying that I have a break from. I had around 2 weeks break from drafting, and I will have a fresh mindset on the new set that will release next Tuesday. So I hope I will see you in the next draft, the first Ixalan, what's the Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft. I will upload it as soon as I can draft. Hopefully the servers will be stable upon release. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.